Hey, what is up? It's Taylor. Welcome to another video. We've been talking a little bit in my past videos about doing product research, and there's obviously a lot that goes into that. But I wanted to post a quick video about the next step in terms of further refining your products. If you remember from the last video, we've just been doing preliminary kind of guesstimates to determine our actual sourcing costs, how much it would cost us to get that product produced and shipped over here. And we've been doing that to kind of get an estimate of what our profitability is. But if you've gone through the process and you've found several potential product opportunities, the next step, or one of the steps that you're going to have to do to further narrow down that list, is to actually talk to a manufacturer and get the real numbers. So I wanted to show you quickly how I would do that. So I think it was the previous video or the one before, I showed how there was this stainless steel oil filter pot that I came across doing product research. I don't know much about this, but I do know that there's some low reviews here. Not only low review numbers, but also low review ratings. And yet there are some significant numbers of units being sold at what appears to be a pretty decent price point. So I thought this was an interesting case study, and I'll show you how I would go about further investigating this if this made it to, maybe narrowed down to the top 3 of my product opportunities. So what I would do is go over to Alibaba, and I would find a manufacturer that seems to be selling a similar product. And there's obviously multiple. And what I would do, I would sign up, create an Alibaba account, and I would go ahead and message several of these suppliers. At least 3, but potentially, if there are several, maybe 5 different suppliers for this product. And I would message them the following message template. So communicating with Chinese manufacturers is always interesting. Never a dull moment, whether it's a language barrier or a cultural difference, it can sometimes be a challenge. So I found that there's a couple tips that helped me in communicating with them effectively. So I created this little template. I'm going to try to just copy paste it in the video description for this video. If I can't do that, I'll have a link for it. Or you can just copy down what this says here. But essentially, you're going to contact them. You're going to say, hello, put their company's name here. So hello, Alibaba team. I hope you're well. My name is Taylor, and I'm the sourcing agent for Taylor's International. And we would like to establish a long-term partnership to provide high-quality products. I like to include this because it's a signal to them that we're not just trying to do like a quick, fad product or ride some little trend or something, but we actually do want to establish a relationship with this supplier, which you should want. They have an interesting business culture there, and they actually do want to foster long-term partnerships with U.S. sellers. So that's something that they like to see. So I would say, I'm interested in learning more about the following product you have listed. And I would copy the link to this product, their link to this product. Let's say it's this manufacturer. I would copy this product link and I would copy paste that in here so that they know exactly which product I'm talking about. And then I would say, please answer the following questions for me. And I've numbered a bunch of these questions. Why do I recommend doing this? I don't know exactly what it is, but frequently it's hard to get these suppliers to answer multiple questions in one message. I don't know exactly why, but I've found that if I list them numbered out like this, I get better results, and it prevents a lot of unnecessary back and forth. So the key things that I'd like to know from this initial message is, first, what their actual per unit price is for this product, because it's often not the list price that they have listed on their Alibaba listing. Then I would like to know, can they customize it at all? In case there's something that I want to change, or maybe I want my logo stamped in it, or maybe I want to, make it more durable, or whatever the case may be. You want to ask, do you offer customizations? Similarly, do you provide custom packaging? So this is important because you're probably going to want to brand your packaging so that the customer has that kind of high quality experience when they receive it. And that custom packaging actually goes a long way to make that happen. So I like to know, can they provide custom packaging? Then I ask what their MOQ is. That stands for minimum order quantity. So how many do they require a person to purchase to achieve that per unit price? Now, they're going to give you a number, and just know that it's negotiable. Everything is negotiable. The unit price is negotiable, and the minimum order quantity is negotiable. But this just gives us a starting point for those negotiations. Then I'd ask, can you provide DDP terms? This is a Incoterm, an international commerce term that I'll explain in a moment. Then I just say, thank you for answering each question. Again, trying to really make sure that they answer all of these in one message. And I hope to discuss this opportunity in more detail soon. Sincerely, Tailored, this sourcing agent for Tailored International. Okay. So what is DDP? Well, it's like I said, it's a term for international trade. And there's a handy little chart here. You can Google this. But it essentially determines at which point in the freight journey that those goods change in responsibility from the responsibility of the manufacturer to the responsibility of the person receiving the goods. So you can see here at various places along the way that transfer of responsibility occurs. Now, there's a bunch of different terms listed here. I will just say that there's only 3 that I've ever really dealt with before, and those are Xworks, FOB, and DDP. So you can see Xworks and DDP mark the 2 kind of extremes of these Incoterms. Xworks is the factory manufactures the product, and they essentially leave it on their loading dock, and you are responsible for getting a truck to pick it up, take it to the port, put it on the boat or the plane, get it over here, unload it, get it on another truck, and take it to the destination. So you're responsible for the entire journey of that freight. They're just going to leave it in their loading dock. At the other end of the spectrum, down here, is DDP, or Delivered Duties Paid. So this is the complete opposite of Xworks. This is the inventory of the products remaining the responsibility of the manufacturer until they clear customs and arrive at the final destination, wherever you want them shipped. In the middle is FOB, or Free On Board. So this is relatively common. And as you can see here, this means that the factory is responsible for getting the product to port, and then you are responsible for getting that product from that origin port to the final destination. So what do I recommend? Well, I have had the most success and the least hassle with DDP. I just let the factory deal with all of it. Now, of course, they are going to make a little bit more money doing that. So my unit cost might end up being slightly higher, because they're going to take their cut for finding the freight forwarding service that's going to do all of these steps for them. Alternatively, you could do Xworks, and you could find a freight forwarder and coordinate with them to have the freight complete its whole journey. Sometimes Like with Amazon Global Logistics, you'll need to do free on board, and that can be pretty smooth as well. But honestly, I have found over and over again that just getting upfront the entire cost of not only manufacturing the product, but also having it shipped all the way here is just much more simple for me, especially when I was just starting out. So that's what I recommend. So again, you're going to do this process of contacting various manufacturers, probably 3 to 5 different manufacturers, and you'll send them that message. You'll see what they say, and then you will start the negotiation process. Cool. Hope that was helpful, and we'll see you on the next one.